Hi, Elaine Powell here, sharing tips on speaking and leadership. Today we're talking about a subject that I've spent several years working on, and it's still a work in progress, and it's being your word, being integrous with being your word. Now, maybe like yourself, I thought I was my word in most things. But I went on a training program around 5 years ago where the foundation of that program was integrity, being your word. And we really delved into the subject matter. And what I really saw for myself was that I was a hit and miss wherever I was my word to other people. I'd say I'd ring my dad and then I didn't ring my dad. I said I would send an email out the next morning and then I sent it in the afternoon, and I had a really poor relationship with my word, and not only with other people but a lot with myself. I say, and so as I talk about this, I want to see, do you hear yourself inside of this, where you say that you're going to look after your health, so you've given your word to your health, but then you're eating food that just don't sustain your body for optimum health. You say you're going to train 4 times a week and then you only go once a week because you have reasons and excuses. I find a lot of times when I coach people, they are their word to other people, majority of the time, not always, but to themselves, their relationship to their word is really weak. And I know mine really was. I remember I was in the office assisting with some other people, and I was eating, and you weren't meant to eat in the office. And my colleague said to me, Peter, he's like, "Oh, Elaine, you're eating." And I was like, "Yes, well, I do what I want. When I want to eat, I'm hungry." And he said, "Oh, there's something really disconcerting there." And I said, "Well, what is that, Peter?" Because I was in the inquiry that I really wanted to see what he was seeing because I couldn't see it. And he said, "It's something about you and your word." And he said, "I felt that if we were on an expedition together going up to Mount Everest, and I only had you to rely on, I feel that I actually couldn't trust you to honor your word because you do what you want when you want to do it." And I thought, wow, I never saw that how people see me is my word. And so inside the program, I realized that I had given my word to do lots of things, lots of agreements and projects, and fulfill on things. And I was wishy-washy on what I chose to be my word to and what I chose not to be my word to. And the thing was that if I was my word on all the things I said I was going to do, at the end of it, I would have the type of leader, I would be the type of leader that I really craved. And it really was so important that I'm so glad that I saw that as soon as I started being my word, my life started to work. My finances started to work. My health started to work. Because I had it that I could do things and it would still work. And actually, no, because there were holes in my life because I was very wishy-washy with my word. And so one thing that was really amazing was that in 1 year of being my word, and what that looked like was that when something was in my diary to do it, I would do it. I wouldn't have a conversation about it. I would just do it. When I said I was going to ring somebody at 1 o'clock, guess what? I didn't ring them at 5 past. I didn't ring them at 10 past. I'd be sitting by my phone to be known as someone that if I say I'm going to ring at 1, I would ring at 1. I would arrive on time. And if I couldn't arrive on time, I'd notify them and let them know in advance, I'm going to be 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late. So they know that I'm a person of my word. And I was more productive in 1 year than I had been in 5 years, which was incredible. So I've coached people, and I have my speaker program where we're really going to delve into them knowing themselves as their word, so that as they go through the assignments, that they will deliver on that assignment. And it really is like a muscle that as soon as you start to build it, it gets bigger and bigger, and it becomes very second nature. And remember, your word it's a mountain that has no top. You're going to be falling in and out of your word. The bigger the project, the more the plates you're spinning, and the more that you're going to crash those plates and drop out of being your word. And the not trick, but the aim is for you to go and clean up when you didn't fulfill on your word with another person, because trust me, they will remember and they will carry that with them. And also, you remember somewhere inside yourself when you didn't fulfill on your word and you didn't re-promise it, and it makes you feel smaller. Just as when you fulfill on things with your word, how you feel bigger, your shoulders get back, and you know yourself to be a leader who honors their word. And we all know what it's like when we have people who don't. How we view them is very different. Colleagues that you know that you can't really rely on to be their word, and colleagues that you know that you can rely on them to nearly 100% be their word. And that's what I want you in your leadership to be solid. When you stand on the stage, you have that groundedness in your leadership, so that when you speak, it's coming from authenticity, it's coming from transparency, and it's coming from having a solid foundation of knowing yourself as someone who honors their word. So what's a little challenge for you? You can take a small challenge like your home. Look at things that you said you were going to do around your home. Those cupboards that are filled up with lots of things that you know you've been saying for ages, I'm going to go and clean up that cupboard, my wardrobe, my garage, my loft. Start knowing yourself as honoring your word, your finances. Go and balance your books, pay off things, go and have those conversations with people about your finances. What about people in your life where you haven't honored your word? Go and clean that up with them, because trust me, they do remember. So when you're standing at the front of the room, you really are solid in knowing yourself as a solid leader. I know it can be a really touchy subject for people, but trust me, without integrity, nothing works, and it doesn't work very well. So know yourself as someone who honors their word, and if you don't honor your word, you go and clean it up and re-promise again. Big subject, I know. So like the video, and I'd love to hear, whether in the comments below or if you're replying to this email because you've received it in an email, just reply back and let me know, what are you hearing for yourself about being your word? And yeah, I really look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, remember, let's share, let's learn, and let's grow together. Take care.